Hi everybody. Alright, I figured it was time to show y'all how I can get these molds clean. And if you'll remember, that blue dye that I used, or the blue mica, to make my previous little doodads, well, it kind of stuck with the mold. You have to turn them inside out. And if they're tough to turn inside out like this, dip them in hot water. I'm using soapy water because that's easier. The warmer your mold is, the better off and more pliable it is, which is why I like to unmold the tough ones in warm water. Oh my gosh. Alright, now that it's completely inside out, you'll notice some of it's already coming off. Warm soapy water does that really well, but you notice some is just trying to stay on there quite bad. So dip it back down in, take off what you can for a moment. Always use your hands if possible. If not, use a very soft sponge. I have long fingernails. It's really difficult not to touch the mold with them. Now for these more stubborn areas, you got to make sure that whether it's inside or outside. That one is inside. It's starting to come off now. So this is just plain old body hand soap. And what this does, it's not got oil, but it's got oilish things, and that will help to actually release those dyes. Use your fingers on the inside and outside. If you need a little bit more of that, grab a little bit more. My pump was acting stupid. Get it all over that dye. And then just continue to go. Now, as I said, for the more stubborn areas, like this one right here, while your mold's inside out, make sure it's not collapsed in any area so that it will pop back into shape really well. Unfortunately, I do not have my normal sponges right now. So what I have instead is this sponge. Notice it's very fine in here. It does have a scrubber. You do not use the scrubber. You will stretch the crap right out of your mold. Make sure your sponge gets wet, and then lightly get that area opened up, very ever so lightly. There we go. I got my hand in there now. Make sure it's only the sponge, not the scrubber. And if you're wondering what brand of sponge this is, I was actually sent this as a freebie from Walmart on one of my orders over a year ago. And as you can see, it is coming out. Make many passes. And a good idea is to keep a little bit of your dish soap close by so that you can add just a little bit more. Just to the mold itself, not your water. I decided to demonstrate with this mold because this mold has all these ridges. And it's those ridges that are harder to clean. Now the funny thing is about the dyes and the micas and all of that. It will actually show you your imperfections in your mold. Because they tend to settle in them. I should have actually just cut this piece off so I could use just the sponge and be a little bit faster at this. I do have a towel under my bowl because I, am one of those messier people. Now see where this is right here? That mica color is still sitting there, which means there's more than likely on the outside or a defect in the mold on the inside. So you just keep working at it. And of course my eyes are crap. So for me it's a little harder to see what I'm doing. But this next week is my mold washing week to grab all the molds I haven't washed, including the ones I haven't washed in a year, and get them ready for my next Octoberween and 25 days of Christmas. And you just keep going until you don't see any more of the colorant. Another good one is to allow your molds to soak in the hot soapy water and let the hot water cool to about the time your hands can withstand it and begin doing the cleaning at that point. But that's what the lotion is for, is it also helps loosen that colorant and helps to preserve your mold. And if working back and forth like this doesn't do it, do what I've been doing right here and come from a different angle. Like with all cleaning processes. If one way doesn't work, try another. And I'm not scrubbing very hard because that'll wear into the mold as well. Unfortunately, I've allowed these to sit a little bit longer than I was going to, but that's life. It interferes with fun. Me, I'm one of those people that I get tempted horribly to use my fingernails to try to scratch off what I'm not getting off the other way. And it looks like this mold is really close to done. Rinse it off a little bit. Make sure you wipe the foam away. If you hear my stomach growl, it's really close to dinner. And voila, one clean mold. All you do now is rinse it off with, I would suggest filtered or distilled water. Get it turned right side out again as quick as possible. Ah! Of course, there's a good idea if you wear glasses not to have your glasses on and to wear goggles instead. Make sure any residue is off the outside as well, so you don't transfer it. And just use your fingers on the inside. Okay, that mold is clean. All I have to do is rinse it. And I'm going to set it to the side real quick here. Get to this lid. Now the lid you cannot turn inside out. It's unfortunate. So you are going to want this part of the sponge off. So I'm going to put you on pause and I'm going to cut that off real fast. Okay, so cut that piece off. Now that this is clean, you're going to have it dry. Ooh, look at that. I missed a place, at least I think I did. Well, it doesn't look like it. Let's see if I can find it again by turning it around. Yeah, I missed this area here. Oh, that's why. There's excess silicone there. Bad eyes, I'm telling you. It's getting so bad. Gonna have to get the cataracts taken care of soon. But, gotta have money for that. This is a cake rack. Well, actually, this rack here goes in my toaster oven. And it's been sitting forever. I have a, what do you call it, a broiler pan, and this goes in the broiler pan for the toaster oven. You want your molds to dry, air dry. So you just place it on the rack. So get some cookie sheet racks, or for drying, or not drying, cooling cookies, or other items, not cookies. I would say like cupcakes and stuff like that for cooling. Anyway, these sponges here. They're from Scotch-Brite. And they do have a sample and scan. Tell us how we did with your free sample for Walmart. Now this one here is the one that says best for non-coated cookware, oven racks, slow cookers, cast iron, and grill grates. That's what that scrubber part was for. This one here is best for cookware, tubs and showers, dishes, and more. But make sure you get it like I showed you, where it's got the very fine sponge. It's very soft, easy to work with. It's pretty kind of cool there. Made all these little craters and stuff, so you want to pull all this loose stuff out. But I only have certain types of knives. Yeah. Anyway, let's get the lid real fast. Just stick this inside there. Up under that rim. Go around as many times as you feel is necessary. And of course, squeeze that sponge down into the very top portion of your mold. Oh, by the way, the item that I made with this, that pretty blue, and I went ahead and I put some silver to it. I'll add the picture of the finished product at the end of this video. And I did give it away. And she was very happy with it. Seems my husband's assistant manager, co-worker slash, type person, likes my work. She was the recipient of my Santa Claus, my snowman, and my tree I made last year in the same video. And my 25 Days of Christmas. And I am working on more ways to prevent more bubbles in resin-crete products, or casting powder products. Get that piece of fur off there. Now I'm having just a little bit of trouble right there under that lip, because there's actually a ridge there. So I'm just going to do it this way and roll my thumbs up underneath there. Get under that ridge all the way. Yes, Baylor. I know, you haven't been let out to go potty yet. I know, just a minute. I know, baby. Oh, I know. No, you can't drink this water, babe. You got plenty of water in the kitchen, hon. Sorry, Baylor's in here being a pesky. He's been like this since we lost Apollo. They were best friends, and so he's having some problems. Even though we still have Apollo's brother Zeus, they don't get along together, those two, he and Baylor. Not all the way, because Baylor's still acts like a puppy at times, and Zeus doesn't like being pushed on. But anyway, everybody, that is how you clean the dyes out of your mold. Now, the next one I have to clean is the mold for the bowl. It got really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it out inside out. And as you can see, that excessive blue there, that mic has got a lot of dye or something in it. It is pretty, I will say that. It's gorgeous. But it does leave a lot of stains. Luckily, I figured out a while back how to get these really well cleaned. Look, it's a boat, it floats. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to everybody while I get this one cleaned. And no, I'm not going to have you sit through this one. I will go ahead and do this on my own time. And yes, thank you for coming to watch. And I hope you learned something from this. I hope it helps you, because I know how frustrating it is to have your molds get damaged with dyes and colorants of all kinds, and it's just, yeah, it was frustrating me for a very long time. Now, the longer the dyes sit, the more problematic it's going to be to remove them. So if you can get to them right away, that's your best bet. Because some of the colorants will actually stay in a porous item forever. There's something you just can't do with all of that. No matter the ideas or anything else, it just doesn't work out too well. So, yeah, thank you all for coming to watch. Appreciate it very much. Please, of course, hit that thumbs up button to like the video if you liked it, learned anything from it. Thank you to all my subscribers. I've gotten a few more lately, which is wonderful, of course, for any YouTuber, YouTube creator. And yeah, maybe I can work that way up to that 1,000+ subscribers so that I can get that, what I understand is a very measly amount of funds, but right now it's going to help because I do have my own life changes going on, and yes, I've got to dig up, oh, for both eyes it's going to cost about $7,000, so yeah, I gotta do something. I was hoping to never have to ask for subscribers for that purpose. So yeah, it's, you know, life changes. It does. It just never stays the same. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button if you like my content. If you're a returning viewer but that hasn't subscribed, how about now? Give that a shot. Doesn't cost you anything. You don't even have to, you know, hit the bell, although that's how you receive notifications for new videos. And of course, comment below. I appreciate those. I love interacting with everybody. It's just, you know, it's a small world, and we have a wonderful community with our crafting on YouTube. And I watch everybody's videos that's subscribed to me and watches mine. I comment, I comment on everyone's videos that comments on mine, because, well, you know, that's how you support each other. And if we're a crafting community, we need to support each one of us. So anyway, thank y'all. Take care and peace out. Love you.